Hello, good morning, student of class 11th Commerce. Welcome to Kondasar's virtual class on statistics. And today we are going to start our last chapter, that is index number. So, before learning some of the important terms used in the study of index number, first of all we must understand what is the meaning of index number and why it is useful, how it is going to help us once we learn how to calculate or how to find out the index number. Hence, first of all we will try to understand what is index number. So, here I would like to proceed from general to particular. Hence, we are going to start our discussion with some of the peculiar things, familiar things that often we encounter in our day-to-day life. So, students, you must have heard somewhere people talking to each other and saying like this, "Oh my God, prices are rising." You must have heard. Even in some news, in your study. In fact, because you are students of economics, you must be acquainted with the term inflation. Inflation is a situation of persistent rise in prices of goods and services. So, here we must differentiate or clearly understand two different terms used in the context of index number, that price and prices. There is a difference. For example, when I say what is the price of tomato per kilo, means when we use the word price in its singular form, it means we are asking about the monetary value of a particular good. Here in our example, tomato. So when we use the word price, it refers to the money value of a particular good or service. Whereas when we use the plural format of the word price, yes, prices, then it stands for something else. It is prices means general price level. So, what is the difference between price of a good and general price level? What is this general price level? You must understand. Or else, you cannot clearly comprehend the meaning of index number and its usefulness. So, general price level. Again, we will start. Suppose in a market, tomato 10 rupees, potato 20 rupees, means there is a fixed price for each and every good sold in the market. So price of different goods means price of A, price of B, price of C, in particular, not in general, but when we say, instead of saying price of tomato has risen, when we say price of goods sold in the market, prices of goods sold in the market are rising. So here we are not pointing to the price of a particular good. For example, this may also happen that when we are concluding that prices of goods sold in the market are rising, at the same time there might be a fall in some of the goods, so far prices are concerned. So, just in the index number, we will clearly understand the difference between price and price level, or what is the meaning of general price level. Now, index number, by definition, it is a specialized average that helps us to calculate the change in the value of something over a period of time. Let's say the value, the prices of goods and services before 10 years and the prices of goods and services in the current year. Whenever there is index number, there is two different time period and something has changed in between that two time period, and we are going to measure the intensity of change. What is the degree of, what is the intensity of change? How much it has changed? That is the study of index number. So, it is not the price of tomato in before 10 years and price of tomato now. It is in general price of things sold in the market in before 10 years and the things sold in the market, the same things sold in the market right now in the current year. So by using some sophisticated formula, usually in our syllabus only two formulas are there. So it would take a maximum 1 or 2 more period to complete index number. But it is important. Once again I remind you that in each stage of your life, henceforth, whatever commerce related career you will pursue, you must be getting the importance, feeling the importance of index number. Hence it is important. So once again, in a one-liner definition, we can say index number is a specialized average that helps us to calculate the change, the degree of change, the intensity of change of something in between two different time periods. So, the past time period and present means the starting and the ending. The ending is always called current year and the starting is always called base year. For example, this year is 2021. Suppose if I compare the prices of goods and services before 1 year, that is in 2020, and I am going to compare it with the prices that is prevailing in the current year, that is 2021, then of course the base year is 2020 and current year is 2021. So we need to use different formula and we will be ultimately able to calculate index number. But here once again, one more important thing that you must keep in your mind, that there is no all-purpose index number. We must clearly define the purpose. For whom, for which section of people we are calculating the index number, or for what exact thing, purpose we are calculating or computing the index number. For example, what people consume to survive, or what is usual consumption of people. So, can we formulate an index number for all people at a time? Our purpose would fail. Why? Because you see, there are people who are consuming only rice and dal. They cannot afford to consume more. And just think about the consumption pattern of Anil Ambani or Mukesh Ambani. You would find a sea difference. So, always we try to construct index number of a similar group of people or a similar components. For example, middle income group, index number of rural agricultural, index number for urban job holder people. So these are a section, particular section, and if there is a change in some things that they are consuming over a period of time, then that is obviously going to affect their life. That's why we must, that is the usefulness of composing index number, because more importantly it teaches us or it tells us about a change in standard of living. Giving an example, in the year 1962, my father was earning only 17 rupees per month. And with that money, he was maintaining our family, 5 members, and his parents, and a widow sister, and her 4 children. So just imagine, and still he was able to save something at the end of each and every month. Only 17 rupees. Nowadays, you cannot even purchase a single chocolate out of 70 rupees. Because maximum good quality chocolates are by 20, 30, 40, 50 rupees. Their cost. So, you see, that was also a time, and the same responsibility my father was maintaining at that time, right now it might cost more than 60 to 70,000 per month. That was the difference. That is the change in the price level. And accordingly, we compare our standard of living, whether improved or it has deteriorated. So that's why index number is useful. So, but there are some problems, practical problems that arises while constructing index number, that is purpose. Just we discussed, there must be a clearly and rigidly defined purpose behind the construction of index number, or else it would be less useful or authentic. Next, selection of base year. From which year we would study the change? Base year. And while selecting the base year, we must keep in your mind that our base year must be a normal year. Normal year in the sense, can we say 2020 was a normal year? Never. Business collapsed. Everything almost collapsed. Went back to 10 years older time. So this year is not a normal year. Hence, in 2030, if we try to just study the change or construct an index number keeping 2020 as base year, that would be wrong. Because the base year must be a natural and quite comfortable year without any fluctuations, without any big issues that might affect the prices. So selection of base year is yet another problem. The number of items. Suppose things consumed by us, prices we must take, data we must collect. So while collecting that, how many things? We consume more than 100 of things, but prices of all goods and such things or services we cannot add in the study of index number. We have to limit them. We have to keep them in between 20, 25, 30, something like that, so that it would be not very bulky. So, number of items, yet selection is another important. Sources of data, whether we would rely in original data that is collected by us, or primary data or secondary data, or already published data. That is yet another problem. To whom we can keep our faith. Next, price quotation. You know, the price of same goods may differ from place to place. So, from where to take price quotation? And secondly, prices are expressed, the value is expressed in two terms. One, money term, and another quantity term. For example, 40 kilo per kg rice. This is expression of value in terms of money. Then, 25 gram of rice for 1 rupee. This is expression of value in terms of quantity or weight. So that is yet another problem, price quotation. Next, selection of formula. As we have got two different formulas, so selection of formula is yet another important thing that we must keep in your mind while constructing an index number. And this much for today. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about the formulas, two different formulas, and the exact technique of constructing an index number. So for today, thank you and have a nice day.